So I just got a couple tips about dating and sexuality. Two in particular. Know your body, know your environment. When it comes to knowing your body, that's something that's very underrated in sexuality, but it's extremely important so you can understand what you're actually doing, all the way down to, you can start with the first kiss. The first kiss, when you first kiss somebody, there are chemical hormones released in your body that can cause, major feelings of a natural high, that release of oxytocin and, a lot of activity in your pleasure canals in your brain. And a lot of times, the saliva exchanged in kissing can trigger you, to have feelings, with what they call the fall in love drug, which, whether you realize it or not, a good kiss can actually get you caught up, And when I say that, I want you to understand that everything you do sexually has a biological interaction behind it and a psychological effect, as well as, the spiritual and mental aspects that go into it. You start with kissing, and then just understand that every part of your body has the ability to be an erogenous zone based on your natural facility. And if you don't know what your erogenous zones are, erogenous meaning the things that are sexual triggers or that turn you on or that can provide pleasure for you, you can, go into interaction sexually and not only get caught up because somebody hit your spot on accident, or you might be in a situation where you get hurt and you experience trauma because you didn't realize that you didn't like something, or that in the span of your full sexual encounter, from full foreplay to orgasm, that you were not able to really experience and feel all parts of it because you've had a traumatic experience. Just a word of advice and knowledge. If you've experienced any childhood trauma, that includes sexual abuse. 1 in 3 women are victims of sexual abuse, and men are victims of sexual abuse, and also men are victims of sexual repression and negative sexual conditioning. All of these factors can create areas of trauma in the body, which can really affect your sexuality. And you really have to just, sit down and begin to explore your body. Know what feels good and what doesn't. Know what you like from somebody, know what you don't like. So that when you're in a sexual encounter, you can dictate what you're going to get, A lot of times, people don't have these realizations till they're older. But if you're engaging in sexual actions at a younger age, it's better off to know what you're doing and to know your facility, than to wait until you're middle age and you just figuring out that you like something, Also, once you know your body, you can demand better from your partner, And some of the ways you can begin to learn your body is, that there's, masturbation and those kinds of things, which if that's your thing, go for it. But there's also simple things like, dancing and yoga and Pilates and martial arts and fitness and understanding your facility. And then, getting in interactions with people that are safe. Getting interactions that make you feel comfortable. So telling somebody, can we just kiss right now? So I can, begin to understand what I like about kissing, what I don't like, you know what I'm saying? And then, take it from there. Go from kissing, to maybe okay, you can touch my body and explore my body. And then, okay, maybe the oral sex and further and foremost. But all of these different factors and different parts of your sexual journey will affect your next, partner in your next sexual experience. So the quicker and sooner you learn your body, and quicker and sooner you learn what really goes into your facility, the better your sexual encounters are. If you know your spot is behind your neck and 3 inches down, somebody can hit that spot every time. because you know exactly where it is. If you know your spot is under your chin and slightly to the left, you can hit that spot every time, and you'll then have more enjoyable sexual experiences and have less issues with people you're hooking up with, because sometimes it isn't your partner's fault. Sometimes they may hit a spot that worked on every other person but didn't work on you because you had a traumatic experience that made you have, negative feelings and emotions about one of your erogenous zones, or a traumatic experience which made you numb in some of your erogenous zones, because a lot of times, the mental, emotional, physical toll of a traumatic experience, whether that be rape or whether that be, somebody going too hard, those kinds of things aren't always responded to adequately. Sometimes the response is numbness. Other times the response is, actual pain. So I implore you all to learn your body. The next day what we're talking about is learning your environment and learning what is around you when it comes to your sexuality.